The median American worker between 21 and 64 has $955 saved for retirement. Not $95,000, not $9,000, $955? That's from a 2026 government report. And here's what's wild. It has nothing to do with income. It has everything to do with one decision most people keep putting off. Stay with me, because in the next 8 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what $100 a month actually does, with real numbers, real accounts, and math that will genuinely mess with your head. Here's how it usually goes. You know you should be investing. You've heard it 1,000 times. Compound interest, start early, blah, blah, blah. It sounds like something a financial advisor says before showing you a chart you half understand, and then you leave and do nothing. So why does almost nobody actually start? It's not ignorance. It's not laziness. There's a name for it. Present bias. Your brain is hardwired to value right now over later, even when logic says otherwise. It's why someone will take $50 today over $80 next month. It feels smarter, even when it isn't. And present bias doesn't announce itself, it disguises itself as responsibility. I'll start when I pay off the car. I'll invest once things settle down. $100 a month doesn't even matter. These feel like sensible, mature financial decisions. They're not. They're delay. And delay is the one thing compound interest genuinely cannot survive. As of right now, 76% of Americans say they have little to no financial safety net. Half are living paycheck to paycheck. And the people most hurt by this aren't irresponsible. They're people who were never shown how this actually works. So let's fix that. Right now, meet Daniel. He's 29, opens a brokerage account, drops in his first $100. His first month of returns? 67 cents. He almost laughs. He could have bought a chocolate bar. By month 18, same $100 a month, nothing else changed. The account is generating $14 a month in interest by itself. By month 48, it's generating $49 a month. On its own, without him doing anything. This is the compounding loop. The point where your returns start generating their own returns. It sounds simple, but it's almost invisible in the early stages, which is exactly why most people quit before they ever see it. Here's the mechanic. In month 1, 8% annualized on $100 is fractional. By year 4, the interest you earned last year is now generating interest of its own. And that combined number starts to exceed your monthly contribution. The account starts pulling its own weight. Most people never reach that point. They quit in the boring part, and the boring part is also the most important part, because it's the foundation every single future year builds on. Quick pause. Because this next number is the one most people don't believe until they see the math laid out. 1 year of delay at the beginning of a compounding timeline costs more than 5 years of delay near the end. Read that again. We'll come back to why. Let's get concrete. 3 scenarios, real accounts, real 2026 numbers. Scenario 1, conservative. You open a high yield savings account or buy Treasury I-bonds. You're earning 4-5% annually, FDIC insured, accessible to anyone with 15 minutes and a social security number. At 4%, $100 a month for 5 years becomes $6,630. You put in $6,000. That's modest, but keep going. At 10 years, you're approaching $14,700 from $12,000 in contributions. The curve bends. This scenario is for the person who genuinely cannot stomach market risk right now. The return is real, but more importantly, the habit is what matters most at this stage. Scenario 2, moderate. You open a Roth IRA and put $100 a month into an S&P 500 index fund. This is not complicated. This is not active trading. This is buying a tiny piece of the 500 largest companies in America, automatically, every month. At 8% annualized, $100 a month for 5 years becomes roughly $7,300 over 30 years from age 25 to 55. That same $100 a month becomes approximately $149,000 from $36,000 in actual contributions. The other $113,000 is compound interest doing its thing, money that was never yours until time created it. Scenario 3, growth oriented. You take a slightly more aggressive position, a broader equity portfolio, maybe some small cap or international exposure. At 10-11% annualized, $100 a month over 5 years gets to around $7,700, $7,900. The 5-year difference between conservative and growth? About $1,200. The 30-year difference? Tens of thousands? This is the part I want you to think hard about. 2 sisters, same city, same job, same salary. Sister 1 starts at 25, Roth IRA, $100 a month, 8% returns. Sister 2 waits until 35. She feels more financially stable and doubles her contribution to $200 a month. At 65, Sister 1 has approximately $351,000. Sister 2 has approximately $298,000. The sister who contributed less money total retired with more. She didn't invest more aggressively. She didn't earn more. She started 10 years earlier and the math handled the rest. And here's the part that should actually alarm you. That gap is not fully recoverable. Doubling contributions gets you close. It cannot get you there. Time is the one thing you cannot buy back. When you start, matters more than how much you put in. That's not a motivational phrase. That's arithmetic. We need to talk about something the financial system would rather you not think about too hard. Compound interest doesn't take sides. But the system has been arranged around the assumption that most people will be on the wrong side of it. Credit card companies charge 22-28% APR compounded monthly. Auto loans are structured so early payoff yields almost no savings. Mortgages are built on the same exponential math. The mechanism is identical. The direction is reversed. If you don't have invested assets, compound interest is extracting money from you every month. If you do, it's delivering money to you every month. The difference isn't luck. It isn't income. It's which side of the equation you're standing on. The Roth IRA might be the most underused financial tool available to ordinary people. You contribute after-tax dollars. Growth is tax-free. Withdrawals in retirement are tax-free. The 2026 contribution limit is $7,000 a year. A $100 a month contributor is using less than a fifth of their available annual limit. There is no complicated strategy here. Open the account. Pick a low-cost S&P 500 index fund. Set a $100 automatic transfer to hit on the same day your paycheck lands. Done. Behavioral economists call this pre-commitment. You're making the decision once with your most intentional self, so future you doesn't have to fight inertia every single month. You never see the money before it moves. The investment happens before hesitation can stop it. The psychological work is done once. The compounding continues for decades. Most people ask, is $100 a month even enough to matter? That's the wrong question. The right question is, what does it cost? In compounded growth, in future purchasing power, in retirement security, to not invest it? That cost isn't hypothetical, it's mathematical, and it compounds every single month you delay. Consider Margaret. She worked 30 years in healthcare, retired at 64 with $40,000 saved. Within 2 years, medical expenses and fixed income drew it down to almost nothing. She went back to work. Not because she wanted to, because the math of her working life never included the math of compounding. She is not an outlier. The share of Americans over 65 living in poverty recently hit 15%, the highest rate among all age groups. $100 is not a small amount when time is working alongside it. It is the beginning of a fundamentally different financial life, and the only moment to start is now, not next month. Not when the car is paid off. Not when things settle down. Now. Open the account today. Set the transfer. Don't touch it. If this video made that feel real, hit like. It genuinely helps the channel. And subscribe if you want to keep going, because we're going deeper on exactly how to build this in the next video. See you there.